Good evening, guys, and happy Tuesday. Tuesday, yes. Tuesday to all of your sunshiny faces. Yeah, guys, it's nice outside. It's like, I feel like the perfect temperature. Like, I feel like this would be, like, I don't know. It feels cold outside, sort of. Like, especially compared to it being, like, 90 degrees. But it actually feels so nice and refreshing. Like, it's, like, only been, like, 70 whatever degrees and stuff like that. And, like, right now, because it's actually supposed to thunderstorm, too, like, for most of this week also. Like, into, like, this weekend. Like, we're supposed to have, like, either thunderstorming days or, like, cloudy days. So it's also supposed to be, like, kind of cool as well, like going forward. So that means that for the weekend, for projects and stuff like that, we get some time, you know, some cooler weather, but it's probably going to be raining, which stinks. So we have to sort of figure out some projects and stuff like that that we can do if it is raining, like stuff that we can either do in the garage or stuff that we can do inside. So we've got a couple of projects that we can, you know, like that we can probably do. Like, one is to replace our deck roof. It's just like with the like plexiglass or PVC sort of like roofing. And also too, we were going to put in a patio next to, I think I was telling you guys, next to our deck. It used to be a half covered, half not covered deck, and the owners ended up taking out the not covered part because the owners before us, they only just literally cut it down the middle, and that was it. And then wanted to add extra parking to the driveway, and they never ended up finishing it. And so when they sold the house, like, they still, like, we had like half of the deck was just like cut down the middle, like they just like disattached it from the rest of the deck, and it was a really nice deck. However, and obviously too, it was like big at that point. I barely remember it though because it wasn't stable, because it was like disattached from the other one, so like my parents didn't want us to like walk on it and stuff like that. And like there were supports in it still, but like it wasn't actually attached to like the main also part of the deck that also had supports. So it was like sort of scary when you walked on it. It just bounced like crazy, and so my parents wanted to get it tore out. So another weekend with some of our good family friends, they ended up actually taking it out. My parents and them ended up taking it out one weekend. I like barely remember it, but like sort of do at the same time. But we ended up getting it taken out, and then we've really never done anything with the space. Originally my mom had like a little herb garden sort of there, but it's just kind of crazy. It was really hard to sort of take care of and maintain, also because of the proximity to the fence, and then also too because of our driveway. And so like, because it's like right along the driveway sort of way as well, so we decided we were gonna put in a paver, like what's it called, like paver patio. However, we'd have to get a permit to do it, and it would probably, we might do it ourselves, but also might not. But also too, if we wanted to get a permit to do it, we'd have to come up with like plans and designs to like explain, you know, like to show like what we were going to wind up doing and all this kind of stuff. And so we decided we were just going to do what we did behind the our garage, which also was a very hard to tame area, and it was really hard to grow stuff back there because it used to be, it's like on the easement, and it used to be like a alleyway back there. And so it doesn't have like there is dirt back there, but it is a lot of rocky, gravelly sort of soil, and so it's really hard to like grow things back there and to maintain, and it's very, there's a lot of weeds that grow back there, so it's just really hard to take care of. So what we decided was we were going to do something very similar to what we did behind the garage, and just do pea gravel, put plastic down and just put pea gravel over it, so that we don't have to maintain the grass there. And because it is a little bit harder to like get stuff into, you know, the lawnmower, the weed whacker, all that kind of stuff, it's easier to just do pea gravel. And then what we were going to do is like maybe do like little sort of like instead of like stone, like do actual stone. Like, I don't know if we could do actual flagstone because that might be sort of expensive. But do some type of just like sort of stones also around there, so that we can add our grill back there because we have the grill gazebo that we got from Aldi. So there's a couple of little things that we want to do over there, but we would need like some support so that it doesn't sink into the ground. So we would need some like sort of like little rocks and things like that, and so that we could do like maybe a little like table, like a little bistro table or something like that also over there. And again, some like other things for that that area next to the our deck. So that was what we were gonna do, but again, if it's raining, we really can't do that. We had planned on doing this originally, and like I said, when we found out like, oh, we have to get a permit to do it, and you know, we were actually gonna probably wind up hiring somebody else to do it. We were like, we could do this a lot cheaper, and then again, just sort of get like different types of actual stone and just put it down like sort of in between like sort of the pea gravel that's already down, and just sort of, you know, like level it out a little bit and not necessarily do like an actual like paver pathway or anything like that. So that's what we were going to do over there. But like I said, we can, one, we need to get pea gravel, and a lot of pea gravel. It took a lot to do behind our garage, and this is a much smaller space, so it shouldn't be quite as much. But again, we will wind up having, you know, kind of that. It takes a long time to get all of that because we didn't just purchase it like all at one time. We purchased it over like the course of time to actually finish that, and it's pretty much finished behind the garage. We actually let the dogs go back there now. That's the other thing too, is we have to keep the dogs off that area, because if they go on it before we have it all completely, you know, with pea gravel down, they will wind up digging their claws into the like plastic that you put down first to kill all this stuff, and then eventually, you know, like the weeds and everything like that, eventually if there's holes in it, it'll start growing back up through it eventually, which is what we had back there, because we started letting them go back behind the garage before we'd finished with the pea gravel, and there was holes everywhere, and then weeds started growing again. So we were like, okay, we can't let them walk on it until we're completely finished. So we finally finished that just last weekend. Actually, we ended up taking that down. And we had little like puppy gate. So that's what we're gonna have to do next to the like I said, the what's it called, the deck for right now. Well, we do that, but I think it's a lot better of idea. It's a lot cheaper, because we were like, maybe we'll just do like another, like just extend the deck actually out again or something like that. And then, you know, my mom saw this idea sort of on Pinterest and was like, you know, I showed her a couple of my ideas, and I was like, I like the pea gravel idea. It's like, I don't love it, just because if we do put like chairs and things like that over there, eventually it will sort of sink into the ground because it's not dispersed, and the weight will wind up puncturing through the plastic, and then you have the whole problem like I mentioned before. So if we do some sporadic little like stones, larger stones sort of mixed in with the pea gravel, we won't really have that problem, which will work out really well, because like I said, with the weight of like the grill over time, it can wind up going through that plastic, and like I said, we'll have that same problem because the weight isn't like dispersed. But we have it right now on like just 4, because it has 4 legs, so we have it on like 4 little like, not, they're like maybe like a foot by like 6 inches or something like that, like sort of little stones. So like I said, that's what we were thinking of going with. Those are the 2 of the projects that I know we have going for us this weekend. And we have another garden bed we can put in, and like I said, we've got a handful of other things I'm sure we can come up with, but a couple of those do require the weather to behave, and it doesn't look like it's going to really. So like I said, we might have to find some other stuff to do. So yeah, there's no shortage of projects to do, but as far as some of the ones I've been thinking of, I was like, I don't know what else we could do. The other thing too that we could do is we're going to paint the front door, and because it's our little front stoop sort of where the front door is covered, so even if it was raining, we could still paint it. We also wanted to put in our screen door as well, our screen storm door, and so we could do that as well, but I think we were going to order it before we actually put it in. So I think we're not going to buy it and like get it to the house ourselves, because I don't know if it would fit in our like SUV, so we might have to get it delivered. That, and there was a couple other things too from Menards that we had to get delivered. So yeah, like I said, that is actually, we have 2 doors that we have to order. The garage door, we also have to order the storm door for the front as well. So anyways, guys, yeah, that's, like I said, what we might get to this weekend, but we gotta sort of figure that out. I know it's only Tuesday, but I like to start thinking about these things earlier in the week so I can be like, let's see how we can plan for this stuff. Let's see what kind of things we need for this week. And I always keep a running list going to of stuff we need at Menards, because it's always like, we need this thing, or we need that thing, or like, oh, we're out of these screws, or we need this thing, or, you know, whatever. Or two, for like, oh, this is what we're gonna need for the project, and then we happen to forget and then remember again like one day during the week, and we're like, oh yeah, you know what, we probably also need like this thing to be able to finish that project. Then we can always wind up, you know, getting that or whatever. Like, oh, we need a different size, you know, drill bit or something, you know. So we can remember that and just jot it down during the week if we forget. So anyways, yeah, guys, that is, like I said, hopefully maybe those are the like two big ones that I really want to get finished. And again, I just don't know if this weekend we're going to be able to get to it, but we will see. I'll let you guys know. But again, those are sort of my ideas. So I will share with you guys probably. I want to do like a good like backyard tour too, because I haven't done one since probably last year, and we've gotten actually a lot done since then. So it's hard to do it right now because it's dark outside. So anyways, guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.